Hello everyone! Hope you had an amazing Christmas. I got a new sketchbook for Christmas and pens. I'm so excited to use them, so I thought I'd make a video taking you with me on the first page of my sketchbook. I decided to start this at night, so I'm sorry the lighting isn't too great. I was watching the new Uncharted movie, which isn't very new anymore. I was watching it while doing this drawing, and I think this movie came out in 2020, but only now have I managed to get round to watching it. I super loved the Uncharted games in 2020 when a kid in my class showed me his phone wallpaper, and it had the characters on there, and it was a cute little cartoon of them he found on Pinterest. He loved it so much, so I just had to see what the fuss was about, and it was a seriously amazing game. He was actually the first person to ever commission me, and he asked me to draw the wallpaper, and it was really fun to paint because it was on this huge canvas, and I had to figure out how to get it in the post office and to send to him and stuff because we didn't go to school anymore, and so it was really fun to do that, and I've actually never had to do that since, so at least I know how to do that now. And I didn't have the games at first. My stepdad bought them for me for Christmas. And that was so cool. He bought the PS4 and the games at the same time, and so it was really fun to just sit down and play all of them. But I watched YouTubers play the fourth game because that was the kid in my class's favourite game, and so I watched that one first, and then had to go backwards to watch play the other three games. So it was really fun playing that. And yeah, so I was really excited for the movie. I liked it, but the casting didn't feel close enough to the game characters for me. But I liked that Antonio Banderas was in it because he's my favourite actor. Puss in Boots and Zorro is a few of my favourite movies. I actually watched Zorro yesterday. It's unhealthy at this point how much I love Puss in Boots and Zorro. Basically, any character that has a sword and cool boots, or a cape, you can add a cape to the mix, and I'll probably like them. I suppose I should talk about who I'm drawing. This is a study on Ryan Magee. He's a YouTuber from the channel SuperMega, and they're my favourite YouTube channel ever, but sadly they stopped making videos a few months ago, and I really miss their videos. I want to make a character that slightly resembles Ryan Magee, but I've never drawn anyone that has his body shape or face, so this was really fun to do. I didn't really know where to start or what to search to find his body shape, so I just had to draw him. And I have found people that resemble him, so I'll be taking inspiration from them, because obviously I don't want a character that just looks like him, because that would be a bit weird. And also I don't want to. He's going to be a huge mash of loads of people, and then obviously my own input into the character, but I wanted Ryan Magee to be the base of him, so yeah, I had to do some study on Ryan Magee for his face shape, his body. I didn't even know I could do realism anymore, so I was happily surprised. I think you can see that it still resembles my style, but it has that realism feel to it as well. So I was, really surprised with myself that I could still do that, because I used to just draw realism, and then I switched to cartoon because realism actually felt too easy. Not that I feel like I'm amazing or anything, it just felt a bit boring, that I was copying something that already existed. So yeah, if you feel like you've reached your artistic abilities, then try drawing cartoons, because it is so much harder than you may think it is. I guess, I don't know, would you call my art cartoony? I guess you could. It's semi-realism maybe. I had the same issue I always have with traditional art. I lean back when I draw, and so my drawings are always stretched, and I imagine a lot of traditional artists get this, but maybe they can combat it a bit more than I can because I draw more digitally, so I'm not used to it, and so I completely forgot that would happen. And so when I lifted up the sketchbook, I was then oh no, Ryan Magee is really stretched. Oh yeah, so yeah, the drawings look great from where I sit, but then I stand up and I'm oh no, that's bad. I'm scared to add pens and like colouring since I'm worried they'll ruin the drawing. I have one drawing at the top that I'm not overly proud of, it's the small one, so I think I'll try out the pens on that one. Maybe you'll see the outcome in a future video. I had a really fun time doing the 12 days of Artmas. If you haven't seen those videos, they're linked at the top of the screen. I recorded my drawings and myself every day for 12 days leading up to Christmas. And it was insane. I'd never made that many videos in one go. Usually I make one video a week, as most of you know. And yeah, recording myself every day was insane. And part of me questioned if people even really cared. That was the main thing I was asking myself when I was recording. It's like, what can I record that's interesting and people actually care about? Because I don't want to sit and stare at myself for ages, like 10 minutes. So, or even like hear anything. This sounds really sad, but like hear my opinion or how I do something. Like I think I have this kind of imposter syndrome in me that's like, well, I just copy other people and I've got like a cake of every ingredient from other artists. That's such a weird analogy, I'm sorry. But I've just got this mush of loads of artists that I've put into a process. And so part of me is like, well, doesn't everyone have that same process? But obviously not everyone is me, and not everyone has searched for the exact same tutorials as me or followed the exact same artists and had the same influences, or like had the same family members that have come up to me and been like, oh, this is a technique you can use, and then me loving it. So, you know, obviously I do have something to give. But yeah, I didn't really even talk about art too much in the Artmas videos, which is probably not a good thing. But yeah, I wanted everyone to feel a little bit closer to me, because I prefer YouTubers where I can see their face and see what they do. They make me feel more confident in my choice of career. And I mean, I didn't really choose it. I have to be an artist because I don't want to do anything else, and art is all I think about and all I want to do. So it's not like I really chose it, but you know, makes me feel more confident in it. So I wanted to give that to someone else, to other people. And there were so many people on the videos who loved just hearing me talk, and that was so wild to me that people would sit down and be like, great, I'm gonna listen to Baggy Bleach talk for 10 minutes straight. It's so sweet and it's so lovely. And yeah, I love watching other YouTubers who do that. So yeah, I'm not quite sure why I thought that I couldn't be one of them, but it was really lovely to have that mini series and to see that I could do that. And so I want to do more videos like that. And if you would like to watch them, then they will be linked. So yeah, go check them out if you'd like to hear me talk for 10 minutes straight. I mean, you did actually watch me do this video, which is currently 9 minutes already. So there we go. Maybe you will enjoy Artmas if you've gotten this far. So there we go. I also want to mention that I will be posting some art tutorials over on my Patreon. So if you would like to see my full process from start to finish on all my digital drawings, then yeah, head over to my Patreon and I will have a live stream, or maybe just a draw with me video where I will talk and I will explain step by step and clicking on each brush and like brush stroke how I do my art. That's what I've got planned for 2024 to make that video, and it might be like 2 hours long, but I will make a condensed version. I did make a video like this in 2022, but that's outdated now because I'd had a really long break from drawing and I was just getting back into it, and for some reason I decided to make that video, and I thought that would be a good thing to make. So I mean, that video is still kind of useful if you want to recreate that specific style that I was doing, but that's not my current style. I'm creating a updated one, and that will be on my Patreon. And also a condensed version if you do not want to watch a live stream, like a really long one. I've also got some live streams planned in the future. Maybe some on my Instagram, where they could be traditional art, or just talking face to face if you want to chat with me about art and characters and your own characters. I'd love to hear about people's stories and people's characters. That would be amazing. And sometimes on Twitch, where you can watch me draw. Basically the same video that will be on my Patreon, but I just won't be explaining as much. And just chatting and chilling out and yeah, and just drawing together. Or maybe you've got some food and a nice coffee or something and you're just like, I don't know what to draw. There's Baggy Bleach who's live streaming. So yeah, that's what I've got planned for this year. If you want to see every page in this sketchbook, then you should probably also head over to Patreon, because I will be posting every single page from the sketchbook, and those will not be seen on Instagram or YouTube. They are specifically for this sketchbook. So you've got obviously a glimpse now in this video, but the rest of them you probably won't see unless I include a one-off page. So if you want to see the full process of me making characters and then 3D making the characters to then make them 2D again, you definitely want to head over to my Patreon. So yeah, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who's already on Patreon. There are some people who are on there that have been there for about 2 years, maybe even 3 years now. And I am so grateful for that. It makes me so unbelievably happy that people want to see me improve and grow. And it's just such an amazing feeling. And it's just really lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, I hope you had an amazing Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you had an amazing holidays. See you in the next video.